Day number 4 of the Truth Social Challenge begins. Let's uncover the truth. I have just been handed a huge batch of Truth Social posts published by the demented insurrectionist, and I've been told that I need to live up to my name and pick up the pace. So I will. Guys, you know how this works. I'm going to live read for the first time the most recent Truth Social posts without any edits or cuts, and I'm going to do my best to fact check them all. So let's waste no more time and pull up that first post. It reads, quote, "Rob, my red button is bigger, better, stronger, and is working. Truth, yours does not. Per my conversation with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, soon to become my friend." Well, is he talking about the nuclear button there? And did he just brag about being friends with a murderous dictator? Yes, he did. Let's move on to the next one. It reads, quote, "The sanctimonious raised much of his money during his run for governor, which in theory cannot be used for his current escapade, and before his poll numbers tanked, and wow, did they tank." So another attack on Ron DeSantis. Not sure if he actually used his funds for governor to fund his presidency, but if he did, that may be a violation of campaign finance laws. Let's move on to the next post. It reads, quote, "His collar is too big." Guess that's about DeSanctimonious. Next one reads, quote, "Wow, the DeSanctis Twitter launch is a disaster. His whole campaign will be a disaster. Watch." True. That was the worst launch in presidential history. Let's move on to the next one. It reads, quote, "Tim Scott's presidential launch, even with the broken microphone, don't pay the contractor, Tim, was by far the best presidential launch of the week. Rob's was a catastrophe." Well, there was only 2 presidential launches this week, so naturally Trump is going to favor the guy who cannot beat him. Next one reads, quote, "Make America great again." Okay. Next one reads, quote, "Thank you, President Trump." Back to the third person diatribes. The next one reads, quote, "Is the DeSantis launch fatal? Yes." Clearly, Donald Trump is threatened by DeSantis. Next one reads, quote, "This poll just out. Wow." And it has him beating DeSantis by 56 points. That might be true, although I've never heard of that polling company, so can't confirm it. Move on to the next one. It reads, quote, "Alfred E. Newman." Sad to say, I don't know who that is. If he's a famous person, I'm sorry, I feel like an idiot, unless Donald Trump is just rambling out a random name. Next one reads, quote, "I know Ron. The way he handled his announcement, he will handle the country." Woo! I agree. DeSantis is a disaster, but Donald Trump is even worse potentially. So let's move on to the next one. It reads, quote, "Rob DeSanctimonious and his poll numbers are dropping like a rock." I don't know where he got that Rob nickname, but it's catching on. Next one reads, quote, "When the Ron DeSanctimonious facts come out, you will see that he is better than most Democrat governors, but very average at best compared to Republican governors." Now he's switched over to the DeSanctimonious. Next one reads, quote, "Ron DeSanctimonious has 0 chance of winning the Republican primary for governor of Florida before a man named President Donald J. Trump endorsed him." There's that third person again, and quite the ego Donald Trump has to take full credit for Ron DeSantis' win. And it might be true. I guess we'll see when the nomination votes are set. Next one reads, quote, and this is the final one, "A very interesting situation is taking place. While I was in office, Bill Barr, as Attorney General, was very slow and unenthusiastic about going after Joe and Hunter Biden regarding their possible criminal activity. Much was being reported in the media. It was hard getting him to move, but I always felt he believed you just don't go after presidents, VPs, and presidential candidates very cavalierly. I understood that and was sort of okay with it. Now Biden thugs want to indict me for nothing." Okay, that was the first post, not about Ron DeSantis. And I think he just admitted there that he was urging his attorney general to investigate President Biden, which is a huge violation of the separation of powers. And finally, there is no crimes committed by Biden and Hunter Biden. That was just proven by the GOP Oversight Committee's failure to produce any evidence. And lastly, Donald, Biden's thugs are indicting you, or they're close to indicting you, because you've committed several crimes. You incited the insurrection, you stole over 300 classified documents, and you threatened and tried to extort a Secretary of State asking him to find 11,780 votes that did not exist. Whew. That is day 4 of the Truth Social Challenge. I've got to say, I think I plowed through that one very nicely, and my conclusion stays the same, which is that Donald Trump's phone needs to be taken away, and then Donald Trump needs to go to prison.